Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
We are back finally. It's been a very long time.
Very long. Like a couple months.
I don't know if it's been a couple months. At least it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so
that's for sure.
We've been pretty busy the last couple weeks. A lot of shows we've been going to and have been unable to do a stream here, but today we're here and we're ready to do another one. So we do have a prize like usual. So what we have today is a Z97 classified motherboard we will be giving away. So if you're not familiar how we usually do these, we will ask a question in the chat at some random time. We won't announce it. At some random time you will see the question pop up in the chat, and the first person to reply with the correct answer must be correct, will win this. It can be anybody, and I must stress that it's the first reply that we see on our screen, so sometimes it doesn't match with what you may see, but the first reply that we see, first correct answer that we see on our chat here will win.
And we will message you through Twitch for shipping confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's been, like I said, a few weeks. There's been a lot of things that have happened in those few weeks. A lot of new products announced, so we have a lot of things to cover. Mm-hmm. And then we have a pretty cool game that that I haven't played. I also have not played in a few weeks, so.
Oh, I just played last night.
Yeah, I don't know. This might not go too well for me. So.
Also, if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we'll try to grab them as they come out.
Yeah, if you have any questions, please put in the chat. We'll try to answer everything that we can, if we are able to. So let's go ahead and first talk about some of the things that have happened in the last few weeks here.
The last 24 hours.
Yeah, last few weeks, last 24 hours. So the GTX 950 has launched. So this actually just happened yesterday. Launched yesterday. Availability is you can buy them now.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a step below the GTX 960. Not a significant step. Still is Maxwell GPU, of course. So you get all the benefits of the Maxwell architecture, DirectX 12, very power efficient architecture. We have 4 different models available.
It's a great 1080p graphics card.
Yep, so we have 4 different models. We have a Superclock, which is a small PCB card. That's this one here. You can see a picture of it. Very small PCB, small card. Really ideal for small mini systems, mini ITX. And then one step above that, we have the Superclock Plus, which is a bit of a larger card there. And then we have another card, a step above that, Superclock, which adds an additional 2 power phases. It has an 8-pin power input, so you get better overclocking support on this one. And then our highest end model is the FTW one here, and this one actually includes a backplate.
There you go. So, and it has a rebate on it right now, right?
$10, right? You get a $10 rebate. So I do have a card here. This is the FTW model. You can see the backplate. Has a single 8-pin power input. This is actually a 6-phase power design, so it's quite robust. The 2 entry-level models that we have are 4 power phases. You can see the outputs that it has here. It has 3 display ports, HDMI plus DVI, so you get a lot of options there.
And this is the first 50 series since the 650 Ti Boost that you can do SLI.
That is right. You can do 2-way SLI on this card. Yep. So if you paired up 2 of these cards in SLI, you could probably run 1440p on most games. As it is right now, single card, 1080p, pretty much every single game maximum settings. Of course, there are some exceptions. 1080p, low levels, multi-sampling, depending on the title, should be 40, 50 frames per second plus, if not higher. So
yeah, and they're all equipped with the ACX 2.0 cooler with the straight heat pipes, so maximum cooling efficiency. Very
efficient cooler. I did some testing on it. These things overclock like crazy, by the way. I had a card that was doing over 1600 megahertz overclock. So of course your results may vary, but the overclocking looks quite impressive. Kind of similar to some of the other cards in the Maxwell line that overclock.
Break some 950 world records.
Yeah, 950. Yeah, there you go. I ran a couple games with it. I ran Tomb Raider 1080p does easily over 50 frames per second. Sniper Elite 3 did over like 90 frames per second, 1080p maximum settings. So, if you're on a 1080p monitor or you have a 1080p like living room PC for home theater PC.
Steambox.
It's an excellent card for that. And if you want to do higher resolution, then probably you may want to step up to the next in the series, or maybe do SLI. That would be a good option as well. So that's about wraps up the 950. These are 2 gigabytes of memory cards. Yeah, so they're available
bang
now
for your buck right now.
And they're around. They start at around $159 depending on the model that you get. But you can't really go wrong with even the entry level GTX 950. It's an excellent card.
Yeah.
And then this happened the previous week. Was Z170
Skylake
is available. This is the highly anticipated Skylake platform, was the code name of it, but it is known as the Z170 motherboard. So I have a couple of boards here. So first of all, this is a new socket, a socket 1151. It's also new memory, kind of, sort of, on this level of product. It's DDR4 memory, which we saw introduced with the X99 platform. So we have 3 motherboards on this one.
But only 2 to show you.
Right, I only have 2 here, but our highest end flagship product is this one here. This is the Z170 classified model. So some of the cool features about this one, it has Creative Core 3D audio plus audio shielding, which is something kind of new that we started doing on some of the flagship products. Has 4-way SLI, which is a very unique feature on Z170. You actually have to add an additional chipset, bridge chip, to add those additional PCI Express lanes for 4-way SLI support. Otherwise, you get 2-way SLI. Yeah, so this is it, eSATA as well, or excuse me, SATA Express, right? So, yeah, 8 power phases. These talk about overclocking. This is another platform that really does overclock quite well. You know, your luck depends on the CPU, but 4.6, 4.7, 4.8. I've seen up to 5.0 on air cooling before. So another platform that overclocks really well. And then something to go along with that mini 950. This is the Z170 Stinger.
1/4 the size.
I mean, you get basically all the performance of socket 1151 platforms. Of course, you don't get SLI and you don't get as many SATA ports, but for a very small PC, this is a pretty solid choice here. And of course, this one can overclock almost just as well. You know, so some good options there. So I mentioned that we have 3 motherboards. So we have one that I don't have here. It's called the FTW. It kind of sits in between the Stinger board and the classified. And of course they range in price, but the FTW board is around $200. The Stinger is around $200 as well. The classified one is a bit more, a bit higher price, right? For your with the bridge chip and the Creative Core 3D audio, it's a little bit higher priced, but
beefy for that overclocking.
Yeah, yeah. So all available now. And then what else did we have? Let's see, the Micro 2. I think we actually talked about this on a podcast. I can't remember if it had launched.
It wasn't launched yet.
So X99 Micro 2 is a refreshed X99. So we had the X99 Micro that launched when the X99 launched, right? Almost a year ago. Just about a year ago, I think. Micro 2 is refreshed. We have USB 3.1 Type-C, which is the new USB 3.1 type of connector. It gives you much more bandwidth, and also it's finally a reversible connector, so you don't have to worry about plugging your USB connectors in upside down anymore with USB 3.1 Type-C. So
this also has all the black solid caps, right? Yeah,
so we improved some of the or of course it's cosmetic, in my opinion, improved in some ways. It's all black capacitors. The heatsink designs and the PCB design, we wanted to be kind of more neutral in a way to better fit in with a variety of different color styles. So if you see, it's pretty much all black, which I know a lot of people really seem to like a lot.
And then we also switched to the single clip DIMM slots on this one, right?
Yeah, single clip DIMM slots, so it's easier to install your memories, especially when you have graphics cards installed. So this is a micro ATX motherboard. So it's not quite as small as mini ITX, but you can still get 2-way SLI on here pretty easily. We also added more SATA ports compared to what we had on the previous micro board. So this one has 10. So it's quite robust for how small it is. So, yep. And this one also has the audio isolation, which is something that we just started doing on current boards. So, Yeah, so all of these products are available now. This, of course, also has our GUI BIOS that we started shipping this maybe a couple of years ago.
X79 Dark and Z87.
So with the GUI BIOS for EVGA motherboards, we really try to focus on the functionality and making it very familiar interface to use. Of course, it has mouse support, but you don't have to use mouse support. You can actually use it just like a traditional BIOS. If you're more keen to using the keyboard, you can just do it that way, or you can use the mouse. The top section of the BIOS gives you all the kind of at-a-glance vitals of the system, your clock speed, your B clock, your PCI Express slots, what each of them are running at in terms of speed, your VRM temperatures, CPU temperatures, all the kind of information that you really want to see at a glance we have right on the top there. So yeah, pretty excited about these products. All three of these new platforms, we've been pretty busy lately. So we have a couple other things to talk about here before we jump into the game that I haven't been practicing and you have been practicing. Another thing that we launched recently, which is I know will help a lot of people out there, is today we have a pretty extensive top to bottom lineup of power supplies.
Oh yeah.
From 430 watts all the way up to 1600 watts, and it can become kind of tricky to figure out what exactly is the right product for your system. So we built this website or utility, whatever you want to call it. It's evga.com/power-meter. Basically what it does is you step through a few steps, and it roughly calculates the power that you will need for your system. So we can step through this really kind of quickly here. But there are other power supply calculators out there that are extremely detailed, but the goal for ours was to make it extremely simple and as minimal steps as possible in order to give you a somewhat accurate result or some guidance as to what power supply you need. So we could start here. So how many graphics cards are in your system? We'll just say I have two. I have two GTX 980 Ti's.
I don't, but
yeah. And then you choose the chipset. So we have an Intel X99. We choose the model of our CPU. We have a 5960. How many SSDs? Let's say I have two. Mechanical, one. And is your CPU overclocked? Yes. And so based on that, it gave me a few recommendations here based on the power consumption of each of those components and the power consumption of an approximate overclock. It gives me a few power supply recommendations here. So it says that at the minimum I should have around a 1050 GS power supply.
It gives you a pretty decent range in model selection after it's done. And if you look at the top, if you go through this, you might get a coupon emailed to you.
Right, yeah, I forgot to mention that. So if you do use this, at the moment we're offering a coupon for if you step through this program, you can get a coupon for an EVGA power supply to purchase from EVGA.com. So if you're looking for a power supply, maybe you want to give it a shot. And then it has all these check boxes here. If you had, you can select to see only like gold models or only titanium models if you wanted to. So yeah, pretty cool. And this is all, we pretty much built this thing entirely in-house. So we, like when 950s launched, we had a lot of flexibility. We added the 950s as soon as they launched. So you can continue to see more products as they become introduced, added to this. And we have not on this page, but if you don't see your component listed for whatever reason, then you can just click here and we will look into adding it pretty soon. But there's thousands. I mean, if you look at the database for this thing, there is thousands of components in here. It was quite an undertaking, but yeah, pretty excited about that. Let's see, what else did we have here? Oh, of course.
Yeah, the beast. The beast.
980 Ti Kingpin Edition was highly anticipated graphics card. This became available maybe a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right? So currently the only way to purchase this card is directly from EVGA. You can see there's a different way that we are offering the product based on the approximate overclocking performance of the card. There's different price levels. Of course, there's different rarities associated with each of these as well. So there is limited supply available. If you are interested in probably what is the best overclocking card available today on the market, on the GTX 980 GPU, then I would definitely check it out.
Plus, it's got full RGB support for the LEDs.
Yeah, you can see that here.
It's going on the page.
Green, purple. So, yeah, you can control the LEDs through EVGA Precision. It actually has four independent RGB sections, if you want to call them. So you can control the top, the bottom. The back plate has an RGB LED as well in it. So if you wanted to make rainbow colored graphics card,
why not? There's a theme out there for everything.
You can do it. And then lastly, but not least, is the
anniversary.
The anniversary has come to an end.
Yeah, it came to an end a couple weeks ago.
So we gave away tons of prizes. It was EVGA's 16th anniversary. If you have not checked and you did enter, please check out the website as all the winners are announced. So
and we have systems, 5,000 EVGA
bucks,
memory, video cards, SSD, you name it, it's pretty much there. Mechanical keyboard.
Almost any hardware component that can go into a PC is included in here.
We even have some that go outside. Like
even some that go outside PCs. So
it was a very good event this year. For the most part, it went rather smooth. We had people doing it from all over the world, and winners from all over the world.
Yep.
You know, Europe, Asia, South America, of course, the U.S. and Canada. So yeah, make sure you check and email in and get that prize claimed.
Cool. All right. So is it time?
Time to get owned.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. All right. So our game today is
one of the best games ever.
Is Rocket League. Okay. So Rocket League can be best summed up, I think, as soccer with cars.
Soccer with explosions.
And explosions. So, well, you ready?
Heck yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do split screen 1v1. And
you're going to watch Jacob get owned.
Yeah.
Payback for Mortal Kombat.
I think we're going to have to switch to Mortal Kombat next week. But we'll see.
Orange.
All right. So I'm the one on the right. So the goal is to hit... Oh, I need to do my boost here. Wow, jeez. Not up to a good start here. The goal is... you can see... Look at that excellent instant replay there. The goal is to hit the ball into the opponent's goal. So, as I said, soccer with cars. And you can jump and do kind of flips like that. Oh, man. And you have boost as well. Oh no! Oh, here we go. Ah, man! Oh no! Oh jeez, this is really bad. All right, so what is this? What are we going up to here?
It's 5 minutes, but we can quit when you're ready to forfeit.
Yeah, I'm almost there, I think. So, by the way, what are we playing this on? GTX 980.
Yeah.
Well, at least the ball seems closer to your goal this time.
Let's see them boosting.
Oh, wow, jeez. No! Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty evident. I need to practice this some more. Okay, we don't need to see that. I got one at least.
Can't make it an egg.
I think we should see this one. Oh no. So I think one of the cool things about this game is the level of... Oh, I think I...
Did you just score on yourself?
Oh my god.
Or the fact that the game was built on the Unreal 4 engine.
Well, the level of customization that you get over your car, like...
My top hat and
for example, you have a hat and...
Oh.
No! I think I also had a sombrero at one point. Oh, and like you could choose your exhaust color and
Oh, I missed.
Well, I think it's pretty evident. I'm gonna have to practice this for next week. Actually, next week we're
gonna be in PAX.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, whoops. I tried to bank it off the wall.
Oh, this is one of the maps that was included on the DLC, right?
Yeah, this is like one of the best DLC purchases I ever made. It was like $4.
And there's more cars as well?
More cars, more cosmetic changes. But that's all it was. The map came free, so it doesn't matter if you paid for it or not.
No. You can also hit it sideways, like... Oh, jeez. Have you played like 5v5?
It's 4v4 chaos, and it literally is
4v4
chaos.
Yeah, it's like
it's
everybody running towards the ball all at once.
I prefer playing. Oh, you gonna save it?
Oh man!
I prefer playing solo or duel.
I think we should do sudden death here. The next person who scores wins.
And I'm up by 3?
Yeah.
All right, it's fine. Okay.
Let's be honest here. You have a better chance of scoring than I do.
Oh.
Well,
maybe not.
Oh man. Sometimes I wish I just had unlimited boost.
No cheat codes.
Oh man. Alright, well. It's evident that I need to practice some more. Fun game though, really fun.
Yeah, it's $20 right now, but I've definitely got my $20 out of it.
I think it's well worth $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, such an odd concept is so fun. Cars playing soccer.
I know, right?
By the way, if you guys have any questions, please put them in now. I think now is, but now I think it's time to give away our prize. So, like I mentioned, we're going to put this question into the chat. The winner will win this product here. And we will message the winner directly. So, let's see. Question now. That look right?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, it's the first we see on our screen.
First person to answer that correctly. Okay. Wow. It looks like everyone... I think that was an easy one. Everyone got that right. So the first person that we see is VA... Oh, man, it's scrolling so fast. VAKUZA. Vakuza, right?
Yeah. Congratulations on your new Z97 classified board.
Yep. Which is still an excellent product today. And still can overclock fantastically.
I love mine. I'm happy with it.
You have classified or Stinger?
Yeah, no. Oh, I got both.
Yeah, I have a Z97 Stinger. Very good motherboard. So next week is PAX.
We won't be here.
And we won't be here. So we'll have to take another break next week. But we will be at PAX. If you will be at PAX, make sure to stop by and say hello. I'm sure we'll have plenty of stuff to.
We'll have tons of swag this year
to give away. So
booth 6115 if you're there. So come on by.
Yep. And so yeah, I think that about sums it up. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Or in Seattle.
Yeah, we'll see. And of course we will come back with another prize, hopefully to give away at that time.